Yo, what is up, everybody? Just wanted to give you a huge thanks for tuning in to the Game of Entrepreneurship podcast. And I really just wanted to talk about why you should share your story, share your experience, share problems that you have, and just feel free to be vulnerable. I went from broke teen dad scrounging around for rent money to running a six-figure Facebook business on autopilot in 6 months. Listen in as I give away all the secrets that got me to six figures, and join me as I uncover and conquer the roadblocks on the road to seven figures. This is Andrew Pavia, and you're listening to the Game of Entrepreneurship podcast. So I'm going to share a story with you guys today that really hit me in the heart. So I had a buddy named Dean Bittel actually reach out to me, and Dean, he messaged me. He was like, hey, listen, Dean, actually, let me give a little bit of backstory here. So Dean owns a Facebook group called the Social Guerrilla Experiment. It's a place where, entrepreneurs gather and small businesses gather, and they, collect a lot of awesome insight on just mindset and best practices for marketing, just awesome things like that, right? Anyways, so Dean's always sharing things that he finds valuable in that group with these entrepreneurs and these business owners. And I recently got on the news, and I shared my story, and I was just completely vulnerable and was talking about, how just my story and like how I had a kid at 17 and how I was able to overcome certain obstacles in my path to get where I am. And I talk about, why you should fail, and, so you can learn from it and just move forward. And it really, I'm just going to let you guys listen to it for yourself. This meant so much to me. This is, why I'm always telling my students to be vulnerable. This is why I'm always telling my students to share their story, share their experience, talk about their problems, because you never, ever know who could be on the other end listening to what you have to say, and who could be getting a lot of value out of it. You never know whose life you could change just from just sharing your experience. So guys, I encourage you to share this experience. I've listened to this a few times now, and even on the fourth time I listened to it, I got goosebumps, just because this is why I truly feel that I'm here. Anyways, without babbling any further, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen to this.
Hey, bro. So I got Marco Polo from my cousin that I've been working with on building her business, and we Marco Polo daily, multiple times a day. We use that as our main form of communication to kind of coordinate and help each other out. And we do a lot of affirmations. She's a lot more religious than I am, and so she speaks on God and whatnot. But we, through our differences, we still see the same in affirmations and positivity and manifestation and mindset and stuff. And I'm going to cue up the Marco Polo. It's about half the Marco Polo that she sent me this morning. It actually made me tear up, but it was because of you. It was the post that I had shared that you were on TV recently, and you were telling your story and talking about fear, and I just wanted to share this with you. So I'm going to try and cue this up and play it through Messenger right now.
To tell you, this is something to add to your praise file, your affirmation file. Todd, I was listening to the interview. Oh my gosh, what's his name? Well, you had posted a link to this guy, and blanking on his name, a different interview that you did with someone else. It was like a recent one. And I mean, you posted it recently, and it was an African American woman was interviewing him. He was talking about he had a baby when he was 17. That guy, and he was talking about being afraid people don't try things new because they're afraid to fail. And Todd had come home, and he happened to be listening while I had it on, and all of a sudden he's like, you know what? I have had something on my mind, this creative idea in my mind for a long time, and I've not gone for it. And literally, Dean, that video switched something in him, and he's like, I'm going to do it. And I'll tell you what it is in a minute, but I just want to tell you that you're changing people's lives with what you're doing. And it switched something in him. It was what he needed to hear to switch something in his brain. And so so this is his idea. And
So anyway, bro, I'm going to take credit because I shared that video because I felt it was powerful, and I felt there was something people needed to hear. And it's just so awesome that you sharing your story and then me sharing your story is making a difference. So I was kidding about taking the credit. Obviously, that is all you, and thank you for sharing that and putting that out there. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm changing lives because I'm sharing stuff that you're doing, that you're changing people's lives, that you're sharing your story, and that I'm part of your group and your community, and vice versa, that we're making a difference. And her husband, Todd, he's just like, go to work hard. But now he's like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna chase my dreams too. So you switched a light bulb, and the dude is like, he's like 50 years old. You know what I mean? So like, you're able to change somebody that's been in this world for 50 years by your sharing your story and allowing me to share your story with my group. And you're affecting my family. I mean, that's my cousin's husband. So your story. I just needed you to know that. I just needed you to hear that. I actually got teared up when I heard that. That made a difference, and that I was able to be, a facilitator of that information. So thank you very much for what you've shared, being vulnerable and putting that out there.
So, yes, for the fifth time, I got freaking goosebumps. Because, guys, this is literally why I feel I was placed on this planet. I was put here to be able to influence people in a good way so that they can go out and chase their dreams, chase what they're chasing, and just be free. I feel like so many people, they're so scared they're paralyzed by fear, and they don't take the actions necessary to reach their goals, to reach their dreams, and they end up not even trying. And that kills me to think about that. And so, just to see, the reason I played Dean there at the end, because he said something that really, it also hit my heart. Talking about, the guy's 50 years old, now 50 is young. You still have a lot of life left. You can still do a lot with your life. But the thing is, to be able to, with somebody with so much life experience, to be able to influence somebody in a way that they really want to get up and take action, that is what motivates me to my core. That is what keeps me going. That is why God placed me here on this earth. And I really just wanted to share that with you guys. Guys, you need to share your experience. Share good information that you may hear. You never know who could be listening just from you sharing something on Facebook and that's positive. You never know how that could hit somebody emotionally, and you don't know what kind of chain reaction that may have to cause a positive effect in the world. So guys, I really, really encourage you to share good information. This it made me emotional today because, the funny thing is this could have not made it back to me is the thing. I know for a fact, like I said before, there was a girl who put out a video on Facebook, and it said something about taking massive action. Okay, well, she has no idea, but that video was literally a pivotal point in my business. After that video, I started taking massive action. I was like, you know what? I had an epiphany right there in that video. I was like, wow. You know what? I'm tired of being paralyzed by fear or whatever. And so that video actually caused me to speak about that video later on after I built an influence on the news, and I'm talking about this. So her video caused me to talk about it, which caused Dean to share it, which caused this female to be listening to it and her husband to be listening in the background, and that influenced him in a positive manner to where he wanted to get up and take action. I'm just saying, guys, that's a pretty long chain of events. But guys, this is why I'm talking about you need to share positive information. This is why you need to share your experience, share the problems that you may be having, share your stories of when you've overcome something, because you never know who you're going to encourage. And I cannot say this enough. I know I keep repeating myself, but it just means so much to me. I'm extremely passionate about this subject, and I really, really want people to get the most out of life. So, guys, share the love, share the positivity. Once again, thanks again for tuning into the Game of Entrepreneurship. Make sure you go check out Dean's Facebook group. It's called The Social Gorilla. Super awesome stuff in there. Also, guys, I teach people how to become agency owners and run their own Facebook and funnel agency, which allows you to be time free. You don't have to spend a lot of time. You don't have to spend a lot of time trading your time for dollars anymore. You don't have a boss coughing over your back. It creates the opportunity to become completely and financially free, and you can just be mobile, just go wherever you want, whenever you want. That's why I'm here, guys. I really want to help people in an awesome way. Guys, that group is completely free. So guys, Freedom Agency, Facebook ads and funnels for digital marketers. Go check that group out on Facebook. Thanks again so much for tuning into the Game of Entrepreneurship podcast, and we'll see you on the next one. Boom! Thank you for listening in to the Game of Entrepreneurship podcast. If you loved the podcast, please feel free to rate and subscribe. Also, if you would like to learn how I was able to create a Facebook business and scale it all the way to 6 figures in 6 months, all you have to do is go to Andrew Dylan Pavia on Facebook. That is my personal Facebook profile. Feel free to follow me, and then that will lead you to my private Facebook group where I literally teach everything, exactly how I did it. I share everything in there. So guys, go check it out. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Game of Entrepreneurship, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.